From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, April 5th, 2017. Silver is trading at $18.24 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,254 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.4 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $1,144. Antiwar.com reports the visa waiver program is intended to allow visitors from 38 countries to enter the United States with no fuss and hassle, as the Trump administration's anti-terror crackdowns increasingly impact travelers trying to visit the U.S. However, even those from waiver countries may face extreme vetting. The latest proposal, according to officials familiar with the situation, is to single out all travelers that the Department of Homeland Security has any doubt about and require them to hand over a myriad of information, including all contacts on their cell phones and all of their social media accounts and passwords. Officials say all of this is necessary to figure out who you're communicating with, and the password requirement intends to give them access to private communications as well as the public communication taking place on social media. This obviously is provoking backlash from civil liberties groups, noting what an enormous violation of privacy this all would be. On top of that, this risk being a major impediment to people being willing to travel to the United States at all, a potential blow for international business and tourism.
In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. But Mr. Drake's security company has seen better days. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores.
UPI reports Tesla has moved past Ford to become the second most valuable car company in the United States. The maker of electric cars has a market capitalization of $48 billion ahead of Ford's $45 billion. Number one is General Motors at $50 billion, and Japan's Honda is worth $54 billion. Those are stock valuations, as Tesla doesn't sell anywhere near as many cars as those companies or Fiat, Chrysler, Toyota, and Volkswagen. Tesla CEO Elon Musk poked fun at those who short sell the stock, posting on Twitter, "Stormy weather and short fill." For comparison's sake, Tesla said Sunday that it sold about 25,000 of its Model S and Model X vehicles worldwide in the first quarter, compared with 617,000 sold by Ford in the United States and 690,000 sold by GM in the first 3 months. Tesla said they expect to sell nearly 50,000 vehicles in the first half of the year. On Monday, Tesla's stock increased to an all-time high of $298.52. On Tuesday, shares topped $300. Ford's share declined 3% on Monday after a weak sales report for last month.
For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
Reuters reports for the first time ever, a U.S. appeals court on Tuesday ruled that federal civil rights laws protect LGBT employees from discrimination in the workplace. The ruling from a divided 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Chicago represents a major legal victory for the LGBT rights movement. It also allows a lawsuit to go forward in Indiana, where plaintiff Kimberly Hively said she lost her community college teaching job because she was a lesbian. Hively said through a statement released by the gay rights legal organization Lambda Legal, "I have been saying all this time that what happened to me was not right, it was not legal." In its decision to reinstate Hively's 2014 lawsuit, which was thrown out at the local level in Indiana, the Court of Appeals ruled that protections against sex discrimination in Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 protects people from job discrimination based on sexual orientation. In doing so, the full appeals court overruled a decision by a smaller panel of its judges to uphold the district's decision in the college's favor. In its 8-3 decision, the court bucked decades of rulings that gay people are not protected by the milestone civil rights law because they are not specifically mentioned in it. To reach its conclusion, the court examined 20 years of rulings by the U.S. Supreme Court on issues related to gay rights, including the High Court's 2015 ruling that same-sex couples have a legal right to marry. The Supreme Court has not yet ruled on the question of whether the Civil Rights Act protects gender and sexual minorities. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.